And that was the Rockin' Rebels, another great Canadian band. I told you guys, we gave it up for America last week, and this week, giving it up a little bit for Canada. And I'm joined by Phil Howe, the main man of the Rockin' Rebels. They've been raising hell in one form or another since 1995, and that last song was off their latest release. It came out in 2010, actually, Dooomsday Rising. Hey, Phil, how you doing today, man?
Hello, Sheepdog. How you doing today?
Oh, I am hanging in there. Been having kind of a hell of a week, but that's all right on a show like this, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So, Phil, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and how the Rockin' Rebels, how you guys came to be? I didn't realize you guys been around till 95 till I actually read the bio.
Yeah, we've been kicking around for a long time. We took like 6 years off in the middle of it, but we started out as a punk band, and then we just took 6 years off, and when we got back into it, all our musical tastes have gravitated towards more of the rockabilly, psychobilly genre, and then we just got together to do like a one-time reunion show, which it was supposed to be, and that was in 2004, and we're still going.
Well, that must have been one great reunion. Getting back together, it must have felt good.
Yeah, it was great. We had written one song, which was off our Nocturnal Hearts album. We had written one song that ended up being on that album. We were like, oh, we'll just play the show, all our old songs, which were more punk rock songs. And we were like, we wrote this one just kind of, that was like our last song of the show. And everybody was like, oh, you guys should keep going. So we kept getting offered shows, and we just kept playing.
Now, do you think that it helped that you guys kind of moved to the psychobilly, and you guys kind of enjoyed doing that a little bit more together? Maybe it was a little bit something better together with you guys than actually just doing the straight punk scene?
Yeah, I think so. I think a lot had to do with it was such an untapped resource at that time in this part of the country. There had been, like, Carrie Beck was pretty much the only one doing it, and at that time he had been doing it since like 87, but he pretty much plays the bar circuit. He doesn't do a lot of like festivals and stuff. So when we had started doing it, I had booked the Gutter Demons' first tour on the East Coast of Canada, and we had done all the dates around the Maritimes with them. And as soon as they came, all these other bands were like, they spread the word that it was a great spot to play. They had a great time, and then I booked the Brains, had the Switchblade Valentines come down from BC, and then they just kept coming, Flash, and yeah, it's been quite the ride. We've been getting tons of crazy bands coming through here now.
Exactly. You're really out east there. You're really out east of Canada.
Yeah, you can't get, there's PEI in Newfoundland. That's about as far east as you get.
Right.
And we're pretty much right on the coast before you leave the mainland to go to Newfoundland.
Right, but in case you ever want to make a great escape, I guess that's a good place to be, right?
Oh, yeah, it's beautiful up here.
Now, you also
especially in the summer.
You also mentioned that Nocturnal Heart CD. And yeah. I just want to mention to everybody out there listening today, the Nocturnal Heart CD and the Dooomsday Rising,
yep.
Right? Both of those CDs are available on Bandcamp still, so I'll make sure there's a link to them on our front page right at screamingdeadradio.com. That way, if you guys want to help out, support the band, they're there. They're making the music, and they'd appreciate it. Check out the Bandcamp. You can stream it, and of course, if you want to own it, it always helps to buy a track or two. Isn't that right, Phil?
That is true, and you can even order on Interpunk if you want the physical copy.
Oh, I love Interpunk records. I'm always talking about Interpunk.
They're great.
I don't know. I'm linked to Interpunk through the creepy links. So if you guys need the physical copy, just go ahead and hit the creepy links, and you'll get to Interpunk real quick right over there.
Yeah, they're great for distribution. It's awesome.
They are. I heard you mention the Gutter Demons. They're back together up there in Canada. And,
yeah, that's great news.
That is. That was very exciting. Hopefully when their little reunion will continue just like your guys' is.
Yeah, I was hoping they were going to play the Rockabilly Festival this year, but they weren't on the bill when they released the names, and that kind of bummed me out, but when I seen the rest of the list, I was pretty stoked about that.
Right, you got a big Mars Rockabilly Festival coming up. The Rockin' Rebels are going to be there. There's going to be some other great bands there. Why don't you tell all the listeners, they might want to run up to Canada and shake their asses. Sure. They might want to get it on. I do. So why don't you tell them a little bit more about the festival, when it's happening, who's going to be there besides you guys, and keep the town rocking.
Sure, it's a 2-day festival, or 3-day festival, and it runs from August 1st to August 3rd. and it's all free in the day. It's out in the middle of like a big town park. They have a big stage set up, and they have a bunch of bands playing all 3 days. And then they have like an event, like a closed off event. It's like a private. Well, it's not private. You can buy bracelets for the weekend. It's $25 for the entire weekend. Headliners include Lee Rocker, W.S. Holland, who's Johnny Cash's drummer, also played for Gene Vincent. Bloodshot Bill, the Bloodshots, the Millwinders are going to be there. We're going to be there. It's going to be a great time. Shakedown Combo, tons of other bands.
The Bloodshots, great band out of the New York area. Had them on 3 Bands at Rock not long ago. Lee Rocker, I think everybody knows who that is.
Oh, if you don't, you're on. You shouldn't be listening to this show. If you don't
right,
know who that is.
Right. If you don't know by now, Lee Rocker. Let's not get into the history. We're talking about the damn Rockin' Rebels. They're going to be playing that. They're going to be playing that festival too. So make sure to check it out. If you're in Canada, go east. Go east, man. Get over to that festival. Sounds
Amherst, Nova Scotia.
Yep. Sounds like it's going to be a real good time. And now I want to talk about the psychobilly music scene as you see it today. A little bit. Okay?
Yeah, definitely.
Because definitely you've been just in music for a long time, starting out as doing punk, progressing into the psychobilly. And where have you seen music, maybe not even just the psychobilly, maybe you want to talk about the rockabilly or punk scene. How have you seen this music expand, since broadband internet really came into play?
Oh, it's amazing how many bands are available now that just, like, pretty much anything is at the tip of your fingers. You can find it, and just now that everybody's more exposed to it, there's just so many bands popping up out of the woodwork, and they're coming from everywhere, like places you would never expect to hear like a rockabilly, psychobilly band come from. They're just popping up from everywhere.
Right. It's like when I started this show, when I first had the idea, the concept was back in 2008, and then obviously started in late 2010. I was thinking, well, is anybody going to listen to this? Is anybody, because where I live, it's not probably the most popular music here in Ohio. So, it's something I listen to, but do the rest of the people know? And I started seeing the people come on, and obviously there's new people that find the music through this program and through other programs on the internet. There's a lot of good psychobilly, rockabilly shows out there. And man, I think we've actually seen a growth in the style of music because of some of the stuff that you'll find on the internet today.
Oh, I'd agree with that, and especially, just around here, like on the east coast of Canada, like up until 2004, there was pretty much unheard of. I think that's why we did so well starting out, because there was nothing like that around here, and like every touring band, like the Creep Show, Gutter Demons, all those bands that were coming through here, we got to play with all of them, and we got to actually become really good friends with them, because we were pretty much the only other opener around here doing it. And then you've seen like other bands like the Black Rats come up, and then Shakedown Combo. They had been doing it forever. Like they were originally from England, and then went to Calgary, and then they moved to Amherst. They made Amherst their home. They own a studio there called Greasy Groove, where they make guitar accessories like fretboards and stuff like that, and tail plates and stuff like that, and they make them all custom. So they made that part of the country their home, and since they've been here, they just promoting this festival that they organize, and it's just becoming bigger and bigger. This is the 3rd year that they've been doing it now.
Right, and hey, doesn't that festival, not to get back to this, but doesn't that festival also have a car show or something?
Yeah, they have a car show all weekend. They have a bunch of vendors. The car show is all free. If you own a classic car, you're more than welcome come down, park your car on Main Street with all the other cars. They have vendors there selling like everything. They have tattoo artists there set up. They have burlesque dancers, like a burlesque show there. Tons of stuff going on. It's fun for the whole family.
I was just kind of letting people know there's more than the music going on. There is some more stuff, but make sure to check out the music too, because it's great music like you'll hear right here on Hot Roddin' tonight. And Phil, what's the best way for people to hook up with you? I obviously got you hooked up on the front page at screamingdeadradio.com, but where is the best page to hook up with the Rockin' Rebels?
I would probably say our Bandcamp page or our Reverb Nation page, one of the two, which is just rockinrebels.bandcamp.com or reverbnation.rockinrebels.com.
And I think I've got you linked up through the Reverb Nation, actually. Another one of my favorite resources to go to and check out the bands.
Yeah, and there's always our Facebook page as well. Everybody's got Facebook. You can find us on there pretty easy.
That's right. That's right. The reason I use the Reverb Nation is because, some people have gotten away from the Facebook, but Reverb Nation is right there, and it's easy for people to hook up with. So,
the great thing about Reverb Nation is you can link all your other media sites, like we still have a MySpace. I never update it, but you can update it via your the Reverb Nation. When you sync everything, it updates your Facebook, your MySpace, everything all at once.
And now you've got Screaming Dead Radio, of course, right here on Hot Roddin' Tonight. We do try to get your tunes on when we can. I'm sure you've seen it. I know you listen, so
definitely.
we try to mix it up every week and bring new different bands to the people. And the Rockin' Rebels, definitely one. I know you've been out there, and I've pushed you here and there on the show, and hopefully the people are really picking it up today because you're on the damn show.
Well, I hope so. You're giving us a lot of good push, and I listen to your show every week. It's great, and we appreciate any airplay we can get.
So, do we got any plans for releasing anything upcoming soon with the band? Anything coming out, 1 or 2 tracks, maybe a single, an EP, or anything like that?
Well, we're hoping we can get a single out before the end of the year. We were hoping to get something recorded before the festival, because they put out a compilation every year of all the bands playing, so we were hoping to get something recorded. But we've just been so bogged down with life that we've been writing. We just haven't had enough time to spit polish everything. So hopefully by the end of the year we'll have an EP out. We'll probably have it on our Bandcamp page as a digital download per track, or if you want to buy the whole album, we'll put it up pretty cheap so everybody will be maybe enticed a little.
Right, exactly. This is not the kind of music. I think maybe we should bring this up to the kids listening to the show, because I'm sure there's some younger people out there say this music's great, I want to play it. This is probably not the get rich quick music.
Well, not for us anyway. But it's fun. It's a good time, and the whole community as a whole, every rockabilly, psychobilly band that we've encountered has been nothing but supportive, and it's just you meeting new friends. It's like a big social network within this whole genre, and it's great. Everybody's very supportive, and I see bands like the Brains that are wearing one of our shirts in one of their videos, and it's just a tight-knit community. It's great. Right, and that's what I really love about it. That's what I dig about it. The people share a common interest. They share the music, and just it's really great. And since we got on this line of questioning, I know how it is here in America. You know how it is up in Canada. But what do you think the difference is when you go over to Germany? My great people over in Germany tune in every week, okay? Now, things are just, it seems like they got a lot more of it going on. What do you think the reason is that Europe in general, you'll find a lot more psychobilly coming out of there than you do right here in the North America? Well, I think a lot of it probably has to do with a lot of the bands that pretty much motivated bands over here to originate from over there, like the Meteors, Mad Sin, those type of bands are pretty much the forerunners of this whole genre. When it comes to psychobilly, and even the Stray Cats, when they were starting out, they had to go overseas before they got big, so it's been huge over there forever. So now it's just kind of getting a foothold here for the last 10, 15 years, and I think that probably has a lot to do with it. Yeah, because it just never seemed to translate over here, and a lot of times things will, Yeah, definitely, and I think a lot of the times you'll see, I find the harder edge stuff usually comes from Europe for the most part. I'm not saying in total, but you got awesome bands like Three Blue Teardrops. I find those guys are amazing. They're probably in my top 10 for sure. I just always wonder because, obviously the rockabilly was kind of a North American thing, started kind of right here in the United States and bled around and everything, and then the psychobilly did come from Europe. They added a little punk, but mixed it up with the rockabilly, and obviously now you got punkabilly. Yeah. But it never translated back, is what I always found strange. So yeah, that is quite weird. I never actually thought of that, but now that you mention it, good valid point. Right, and I think it's great. They enjoy the music. It's a form of rockabilly that started here. They went, amped it up a little bit more, and now they're doing the punkabilly, which is a little bit crazier.
And that's about where I cut it on that. I don't go into horrorbilly and gothabilly and pornobilly and that stuff. It gets a little bit too confusing if you look into it too much, people.
Yeah, I always say there's really 3 categories, because really you can name your band whatever you want, but ultimately you're going to fall in one of the 3. It's either rockabilly, psychobilly, or punkbilly. Right. To me, anyway.
Right, and that's where I try to keep it, just not to confuse people.
Yeah, and for us, I always found that we're not rockabilly enough and we're not psycho enough. We're kind of in the middle and just got enough punk rock in there, so that's why we always called ourselves Punkabilly.
Right. Definitely. Well, I tell you what, I've enjoyed the chat today. We're going to throw it back to another one of your songs out of here. Of course, why not? Give you double play today.
Perfect.
Give you double play today. And guys, make sure you go to screamingdeadradio.com. It's the easiest way to hook up with the Rockin' Rebels. Check out their Bandcamp, okay? Check that out. You got both CDs over there. Play the songs. Find the ones you like. Buy them, right? You want the physical copy? Go over to Interpunk. And, of course, join them on Reverb Nation, Facebook, or wherever else so they can be found. And they'll be haunting the Mars Fest. Once again, what are the dates on that?
That would be August 1st to August 3rd, Amherst, Nova Scotia. And if you want more details, it's just rockabillyshakedown.com. rockabillyshakedown.com. I'm also making sure there's a link there now. See, you talked me into it. Perfect.
Okay, Phil, it was a pleasure having you on. Hey, I hope you had a wonderful Canada Day up there, okay?
I will, man. It's been an honor. Thanks for having me on the show. Okay,
and once again, friends, the Rockin' Rebels, hook up with them. We're turning them up right now, so you better turn your damn speakers up here on Hot Roddin' tonight.